Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about self-doubt, and it's something I've noticed with people that are fully capable but go into a different or new domain. They have the capability, but then they generally have a bunch of self-doubt. And if there's one thing I've learned in my time in the military where I've had to develop teams and then help people overcome these and then overcome them myself, is that there's three things that I've noticed that helps people, myself included, overcome and work through this self-doubt. So, number one, repetition. Usually, self-doubt comes from being scared of your capabilities of being able to do something. So, the easiest way to fix this that I've noticed is just through repetition. So, when I have a new team member that I know is able to do something, but is scared of their abilities, but I know they're able to, I just make them do the thing. Let's say it's public speaking. If they're scared of public speaking, I make them do public speaking as much as possible. I just put them in situations where they have to do it. For example, I'll make them brief the team or brief like the shop as a whole, and I make them do this often and often and so many times to where it becomes second nature. Now, again, calling back to the military, if there's one thing they have nailed down, it's repetition. So even if you feel uncomfortable doing it, you're going to be able to do it in your sleep. So repetition is, I think, the top mitigation strategy when it comes to helping with self-doubt. Now, number two is having this person, or again yourself, in charge of teaching other people that skill or task. And again, we're going under the impression that this person is fully capable of doing the task. They just have a lot of self-doubt. Now, what I've noticed is when you have to train people on said task, it obviously opens up the possibility that you're going to get asked very different questions that you probably don't know the answer to about said task. So that means you have to basically expand your understanding and have a better foundation to be able to explain these topics to said person. Now, usually this does two things. The person who's not capable or doesn't think they're capable of doing it will prepare, which in turn prepares them to do the task, and then it also expands their knowledge base because now they're having to prepare of different answers and different ways to teach this thing to people who don't understand, making them a lot better than they were in the beginning before they were teaching said subject. Now, the last one is documentation, whether it's writing what you've been doing through, or writing or recording these milestones through video. Because one thing I have noticed with people who suffer from this self-doubt is that they usually believe this is true, and by that I mean their lack of capability, even though there's a mountain of evidence that shows the opposite, shows they're able to do that. So the reason for the documentation is mainly for yourself. That way you see, again, you go through your problems that you've solved. You basically brainstorm on how to teach people. You're recording all these things in this notebook or video, whatever. You're documenting this, and then after a certain amount of time, this becomes almost like a montage, and it shows you how far you've come. So even if you think you can't do the thing, this mountain of evidence says otherwise. And I think that's where the value of documenting is so important when it comes to this and helping you overcome self-doubt. So to recap, repetition. Do not underestimate the value of repetition, because all you're doing is getting exposure to this task, and then it's going to help get rid of all those doubts you have. Two, teaching it or being in charge of it to other people, because it puts you in a position where you have to know the answers, or you have to figure out how to get answers that you might have not asked before. And then it helps with your foundation, your foundational knowledge regarding said topic or task. And then number three, document. Again, document for your sake and for others, but mostly for yours, because if you're one of those people that have that self-doubt, you can only ignore the mountain of evidence for so long before you realize, wow, this is all I've done. Look at how far I've come. What am I so scared of? Because you're able to see how not only what you've been able to accomplish for yourself, but for others, especially if you're teaching others. You see, wow, I helped others achieve their goals. I was actually able to achieve them myself as well. Why is all this doubt here? And usually those three things can help solve or mitigate for this self-doubt and help you work through it. So just wanted to get that off my chest and give you guys that insight. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.